On our show, as you know, we like to keep it fairly light. We don't take things too seriously, especially ourselves. We like to keep everybody smiling. And if the opportunity comes along to lend a hand, of course, we are going to do that. Right now, though, it seems like the thing on most people's minds is either hanging on to your job, or if you've already lost yours, finding that next opportunity. And for many who have unexpectedly lost their jobs, I think the good news is we're already seeing this area bounce back. There's a lot of new startup businesses, exciting opportunities here, businesses looking to invest and expand. Groups like Invest, MedHat are actively seeking companies to locate here. One problem, however, is that some people don't exactly know how to market themselves and really prepare and get ready for the next opportunity when it manifests itself. And that's why I want to bring Bob Will on the show here. Morning, Bob. How are you?
Good morning, Kim. I'm doing really good, thanks.
Bob is with Being Human Services, their website, beinghumanservices.ca. They help a lot of people when they are looking for work. There's a lot of people in this area that are looking for jobs, and they've never been in this spot before. It's challenging, but wouldn't you agree that staying positive in a positive frame of mind could be the number one most important thing right now?
That is very true, Kim. It makes the difference between getting a job and not getting that job. And what people need to realize is that they're not the only ones in this situation. So the more positive you can be, the better it is for yourself.
Now, Bob, I've talked to a lot of people, and they say something like, you know what, I've applied for like 200 jobs and not a single callback, almost as if that is the only strategy they can do. Would you agree that simply doing that probably just is not, like, it's probably the worst strategy of all, just throwing it out there and then just leaving it alone?
Well, this is true, Kim. Because there are so many people applying, employers are inundated with hundreds, if not thousands, of resumes. So when you're one person up against 1,000, the odds of getting callbacks might not be the greatest. Best thing to do is to have your resume and cover letter target a company and be tailored to the position that you're applying for.
So, in other words, what? Make sure it's specifically addressed to one person. Like, don't just photocopy 50 of them and send them out like that. Is that what you mean?
That's correct. You want your resume to stand out. If you're just having one resume for, say, 15 different positions that you're applying for, it's not really going to be conducive to getting that call back. You want it to be different each and every time and target the job ad that has been advertised, use their keywords, things like that.
How do you get it to stand out, though? I mean, chances are it's still just going to be a white piece of paper on that desk. Is there anything I can do to bring top of mind awareness to me as opposed to all the others that I'm competing with?
Well, what I like to say is that your cover letter is like that first impression that we used to have when getting a job in the past, when you used to just shake a hand. So this is your handshake. You need to make sure that cover letter stands out and that your resume backs it up.
Bob, when it comes to the interview, one of the questions that I hate the most is, do you have any questions for us? In that situation, what would you suggest is a good question to ask instead of just sitting there going, no, I'm good?
Well, the biggest thing is to research the company that you're applying for. That way you can know kind of what they're after, what they're all about, so that you can ask that question that pertains to, say, charity that they support or the atmosphere that they work in. I mean, you can even just ask about benefits.
Bobby, tell me this, though. Okay, would you recommend this? When I drop off a resume, drop it off with a box of donuts. It's something to stand out, or is that a bad idea?
Sometimes it's both.
And put my business card on there so everybody knows where it comes from. Like, just something to stand out.
Mentioning business card is a good thing. I've talked about that before, that, I mean, just because you don't have a job or in between jobs doesn't mean you can't have a business card to kind of have that standout impression. So that is a great idea. The box of donuts, if everybody's doing it, we're going to have a lot of overweight employers, and then they're going to be, I guess, need some staffing at the local gyms.
Well, welcome to radio. That's what we get paid in donuts all the time.
This is true.
All right. Well, if I'm going to stand out, it's going to be McBride's Donuts then. Whatever.
There you go.
All right. Your company, you really like to help out people, and not just employees. We're talking about employers looking for people as well. What can you do for a company that needs to find, just the right type of people, but is so tough when there's 200 applications on my desk?
Right. And what we're going to do for a company is save them time and effort. If they call in to us and give us the qualifications that they're looking for, if we have that person, they're only going to get those qualified resumes. We're not going to send them 200-300 extra resumes. So we screen them, we check their references, and make sure that everybody would meet the standards and qualifications that that employer is looking for.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Just another way that we can help folks out. Like we say, there's a lot of people looking for work. That's Bob Will from Being Human Services. Some great tips and pointers on how to really stand out when there's a lot of other people applying for the same jobs that you are, and likewise for prospective employers looking for just the right staff. BeingHumanServices.ca, that's how you can get a hold of Bob. Thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Great. Thanks, Kim and Kirby. I appreciate it.
And great advice for everybody. Thank you.